Imagine this, you've finally shed those stubborn pounds with the help of a revolutionary weight loss injection like Mounjaro, only to watch it all pile back on, along with the health risks you thought you'd conquered. That's the stark reality revealed in a new study that's leaving experts and everyday folks scratching their heads. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this medication a miracle cure, or just a temporary fix that masks deeper lifestyle issues? Stick around because we're diving into the details, and trust me, this is the part most people miss, the hidden challenges of maintaining those hard-won health gains. Let's break it down step by step. Mounjaro, powered by the active ingredient tirzepatide, has skyrocketed in popularity as a go-to for those battling weight issues. Clinical trials show it can lead to an impressive average weight loss of about 20% of body weight after 72 weeks of consistent use. For someone starting at 200 pounds, that could mean dropping 40 pounds, a game changer for many. Yet, as promising as it sounds, the buzz is tempered by a sobering truth. When people discontinue the injections, they often regain the weight they lost, and it's not just the scale that's affected. A recent analysis of past research highlights how quickly that progress can evaporate. Now, enter the latest findings from the Surmount-4 clinical trial. This study, published in the journal JAMA Internal Medicine, goes beyond weight regain to reveal that other positive health changes, think lower blood pressure and reduced levels of bad cholesterol, also fade when the treatment stops. To put it simply for beginners, bad cholesterol is the kind that builds up in your arteries, increasing heart disease risk, and keeping it down is crucial for long-term health. The researchers, including team members from Mounjaro's maker, Eli Lilly, examined data from the trial, which involved people with obesity or those who were overweight and facing at least one related health challenge, like diabetes. In the study, all participants took tirzepatide for 36 weeks, paired with diet and exercise guidance. Then, they were randomly divided into two groups. One kept getting the real medication for another 52 weeks, while the other switched to a placebo, a harmless dummy injection. Neither the participants nor the researchers knew who got what, ensuring the results were unbiased. The team zoomed in on 308 folks who had dropped at least 10% of their body weight in that initial phase before switching to placebo. 1 year later, a whopping 82% had regained 25% or more of their lost weight. And here's the kicker, the more weight they put back on, the more those other health markers, like waist size, cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and even blood sugar control, reverted toward their starting points. Experts like Naveed Sattar, a professor of cardiometabolic medicine at the University of Glasgow, aren't shocked. He explains that excess weight is a major culprit behind high blood pressure and poor blood sugar management, what we call cardiometabolic issues, basically problems with the heart and metabolism. When you lose weight through meds and then gain it back, these risks bounce back proportionally. Sustained weight management is tough, Sattar notes, but we're hopeful that more budget-friendly ways to keep the weight off will come along soon. For context, imagine trying to keep a balloon deflated. Once you let go, it fills up again. That's akin to how these health benefits can slip away. Adding to the conversation, studies indicate that tirzepatide and similar drugs can cut in half the risk of early death or hospitalization for heart failure in those with heart conditions. Stopping them might strip away the protective shield, as Sattar points out. And this is where things get really intriguing. Does relying on these injections teach us bad habits? Jane Ogden, an emeritus professor at the University of Surrey, raises an eyebrow at that idea. She suggests that while the meds help, they don't always inspire better eating or exercise routines. In fact, some might slack off on healthy meals and workouts, thinking the drugs got it covered. When they stop, old behaviors resurface, leading to weight regain and a rollback of those heart health perks. It's like using training wheels on a bike. You might coast for a while, but without practice, you wobble when they're off. But wait, there's more. Another study hints at potential complications for women considering pregnancy. Those who halt weight loss meds like tirzepatide or semaglutide before or early in gestation might pack on more pounds during pregnancy and face heightened risks of preterm birth, gestational diabetes, a temporary form of diabetes during pregnancy, or high blood pressure issues. However, Sattar urges caution. This doesn't prove the drugs cause these problems, as women on them might start pregnancy lighter than otherwise, and observational data can be tricky to interpret. More research is needed to separate cause from coincidence. The trial authors emphasize that keeping weight off long-term, through ongoing meds and lifestyle tweaks, is key to locking in benefits and boosting overall well-being. Yet, this raises a controversial point. Are we setting ourselves up for failure by depending on pills instead of building sustainable habits? Some argue these drugs are lifesavers for those who can't lose weight alone, while others worry they're a crutch that could lead to yo-yo dieting and worse health in the end. What do you think? Should weight loss meds be temporary boosts or lifelong commitments? And how do we balance their benefits against the risks of stopping? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have your own experiences with this.